Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a budget upgrade on the Precon commander deck, Tyranid Swarm. It brings a brand new mechanic to Magic the Gathering called Ravenous, which I'm really excited about. It rewards you for casting your X spells for 5 or above by drawing a card. So sadly the Swarm Lord, he's going to have to, take a back seat, and we're going to let Magus, lucea, Kane control this deck. Before we get into the budget upgrade, I would like to say at the end of this video I put in a few cool interactions that are not in the upgrade and a few infinite combos for those of you that are fans of that. So with that out of the way, let's get into some of the upgrades. We have Unbound Flourishing at $7. This is going to turn the deck into an absolute house. It's not only going to double the counters on all of the permanents that you cast, or the value of X. So let's say if you cast, one of those commander or one of those creatures with Ravenous, if you cast it and something doubles the counters, that does not trigger the Ravenous. But if you play Unbound Flourishing, since it doubles the value of X, you could cast it for 3, doubles the value of X to 6, and you get to draw your card. So that's amazing. And then Magus will double the copies of the spells that you cast, and then this will actually triple the copy. So say you're going to draw X cards, you're going to draw 3 times that now. It's going to be amazing. Next up on the cards that I added, we have Kindred Discovery. This is a tribal deck. We're going to add a tribal card. This card is at an all-time low of $5, so pick this up now before it goes up. And it's just going to trigger whenever one of our Tyrannoids attacks, whenever one of our Tyrannoids enters the battlefield. It's going to stimulate a lot of card advantage, and it's going to be a really good card in the deck. We have Teamer Ascendancy. This card's not only going to give all of our creatures haste, but when we cast a creature for 4 or above, it's going to draw us a card. So that's just more card advantage, and giving your creatures haste is a really useful ability. We have Greater Good in the deck. When you're casting really big creatures, I love throwing Greater Good in the deck. It gives you so much value, and at the end of the day, discarding 3 cards when you're drawing 10 is not going to be an issue. Curse of the Swine. This card at 30 cents is going to, or has the potential to, board wipe your opponent. You're going to get rid of those creatures, you're going to give everybody pigs, and everybody's going to be pretty upset about it. Alright guys, let's draw a bunch of cards. We've got Stroke of Genius, Mind Spring, and Pull from Tomorrow. These cards are incredibly cheap, and they're going to be amazing in the deck. When you cast them for X, you're going to double that because of Magus, and then draw double the cards. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to fill those hands up. Guruk's Uprising. At $2, this will make it to where your 10/10s don't get blocked by a 1/1 and deal 0 damage to your opponent, and it will also net you some cards. Green Sun Zenith. This card is in the deck because searching the 2 best creature cards out of your library onto the battlefield sounds amazing. It's not only amazing, it can win you the game. We have Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. This will make it to where you can cast 2 creatures or 2 spells per turn, because right now the deck's kind of designed to dump all your mana into 1 creature, then pass turn. So doing that twice is going to catapult us ahead of our opponents. On that same trend, we are running Alina. Alina is going to do the same thing Selvala does, and it's just going to work really well in this deck. Alright, that does it for all the cards we're going to add. So let's talk about which ones got cut. We're cutting Gyson Starn. This really doesn't fit in the deck besides being a Tyrannoid. We're not running a lot of pingers. There's not a lot of single target damage, so this guy saw a cut. Venomthrope. This is just keyword soup. I mean, he's alright if you buff him up, but that's not really what we're trying to do. Death Leaper, he sounds good on paper, right? I cast a creature, boom, it's got double strike, but it doesn't have haste, so what are you gonna do, Gene Stealer, this is just a mech card all around, easy to cut. Lictor, just, an odd ambush viper. It doesn't have death touch. It's not going to kill a creature. I mean, you could double block, but it's I don't know, man. The Red Terror, it's conditional and not really game changing, so I cut it. I had to cut the Biotitan. It's a big guy, probably easy to cast in the deck, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have trample and he's not that threatening. Tyranid Invasion. Creating 9 power for 4 mana seems interesting, but I ended up cutting it just because, there's no counter synergy. It's not an X spell, so I just got rid of it. Icon of Ancestry, a 3 mana investment for a whiff. Seems bad. I'd rather just, draw cards. And then Goliath Truck. It does give your creatures counters, but you gotta accrue it, and it just seems like they threw it in here. I don't know. Okay, that about does it for all the cards that we're adding and all the cards that we're cutting. This should make it a lot more consistent and a better experience to play out of the box. I'm really excited for this deck, and it seems pretty crazy. And without further ado, let's talk about some of those infinite combos I was talking about. Green Sun Zenith, or any X spell that lets you tutor for a creature. Using Magus, it'll let you search for 2 creatures, so any 2 creatures that combo with each other will win you the game in this deck, such as Kiki Jiki or Zealous Conscripts. Finally, we have a little more complicated one, and I'm not exactly sure if it works, but in my head it works, so let me know if I'm wrong. But this involves Magus, Intruder Alarm, Selvala, Oralina, and then 2 X spells that you can cast from your hand that are creatures, and then Hullbreaker Horror. So the way this works is you cast an X spell, all your creatures are going to untap. So when the token copy enters the battlefield, Magus is going to untap and Selvala is going to untap. So then you're going to tap Selvala again and Magus again. And then the original enters, which is going to untap them again. So you're going to untap, or you're going to, untap Selvala and you're going to untap Magus. This will give you double the mana of the creature's power, and it'll give you 2 Magus triggers. So if this works how I think it does, the next X spell that you cast, it's going to create 2 token copies. So you can do that untapping thing twice. And then it'll create 3 copies, 4 copies, 5 copies. And then while you're doing this, you're just bouncing those 2 creatures back to your hand with Hullbreaker Horror, casting them again, and drawing your whole deck with Selvala. Again, I'm not sure if this works, but it seems like on paper it works, so let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. But if it is, I'm really excited about this because convoluted infinite combos excite me. Alright guys, that's going to bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. This is a new channel, so leave in the comments if you have any deck techs that you'd like me to build. And let me know if you would have cut different cards, if you would have added different cards, and let me know your overall opinion on the video. Thank you for watching.